Fellow mathematicians and parents. Mathematicians, I deliberately left you free of maths work for the holidays to give you a chance to refresh physically and mentally. But there are a few things I'd like you to reflect on. First of all, congratulations. You've all engaged for 2 terms with the most intellectually rigorous course in Year 11. Some of you may not feel you've been as successful as you'd hoped, but what I see is that all of you have increased your mathematical maturity and your mathematical skill set, as well as your ability and willingness to engage with difficult mathematical concepts and questions. The gap between yourselves as mathematicians from Year 10 to now, just mid-year, is huge. I also think you've become to some extent aware of the other factors that influence success in maths. For example, no matter what your aptitude, you can't be your best without effort. There's no such thing as achievement without effort at this level. It's also necessary to refine your practice. What is a good enough approach to achievement at junior school will often not be sufficient at senior maths. We all know accomplished sports people don't train the same way as weekend warriors, nor should we expect success at senior maths without a shift in practice. The keys are consistency, seeking understanding, and as a result, making mental connections. Let's take a look at consistency. You already know how difficult it can be if you miss even a single lesson because of the increased pressure to catch up and stay with the class. This is similar to missing out on homework when it's scheduled. Without at least doing part of it, you're potentially losing any value from subsequent class discussion and questions. It's not just a question of doing your homework, it's a question of doing it for a purpose. Just doing it eventually runs the risk of reducing it to a busy work burden. The emphasis, as you will have noticed, has shifted from practice and memorization to understanding. With this comes the ability to make those connections and to enhance your problem-solving skills. You need practice for sure, because you need to know things, and to know them automatically to give yourself a chance to solve problems. You need to have the mathematical tools and know when and how to use them. This requires that you continually ask why, so that you can shift a skill into the automatic basket. Then you can tackle problem solving. In theory, this is a simple process of getting your head around the problem. But will your problem solving look like this or this? At this point, you should be mentally selecting the tools you need to tackle the job. You need to know what you need to achieve and then make a start. You might pick up the wrong tool or go in the wrong direction, but if you're constantly checking your goal and your progress towards it, you can reassess. Be alert for new paths and opportunities that open up as you go. Seek help if need be, and then go on. If you fail, that may end up being just as informative to your problem solving as if you had succeeded. Mistakes, when evaluated, are your opportunities for growth. This is almost the definition of the resilient problem solver. This is fact. This is not so good, but does it sound familiar? So, we need to evaluate your progress, or you need to evaluate your progress. After all, you're now responsible for your learning. So this is your job, to eliminate silly mistakes. And they arise from carelessness. Can't help you much there, I do the same sort of thing. Lack of preparation, they're more crucial, or lack of understanding, even more crucial. This is my job. I need to keep you reaching out of your comfort zone. When you are starting to get near the goalposts, I need to shift them. And this is our job. We need to eliminate the possibility of disastrous mistakes and to learn from the process. As a teacher, I know when you've had that aha moment, and it's usually accompanied with, is that all it is? So, in the immortal words of Buzz Lightyear, this is what our task is. We're going to go to infinity and beyond, mathematically. Or as we might say mathematically, so parents, what can you do? Well, it's probably no surprise that your main job is going to be to support. And that support will often take the form of encouragement, sometimes some cajoling, sometimes some coercing. I think also to help your son or daughter keep things in perspective and keep lines of communication open between you and them and between yourself and me.